as well. So people who are there on who have come through TopMate and other are coming from Zoom and LinkedIn, YouTube, they are also coming. So it is basically getting broadcasted in many places. So yes, we are on YouTube as well. There are some people in YouTube as well. Amazing. I see Babu. I think I have seen all the other guys. Are you first time talking to me? I think Babu. I have talked to. I have seen him before. Tulu, Jocelyn. First time we are. You are coming to this webinar. Okay, cool. That is amazing. Today, actually, I'm planning to talk about some different topics other than my conventional topics. So I am just connecting my pen. Let me just put it on WhatsApp as well. So there was a section for questions that I had put, right? One Slido app that I also mentioned on the event page, wherein people can put in their questions. So uh, have you guys put your questions, or you will ask it live on the this particular group? Because let me just check Slido. There are 5 questions. Okay. No problem. We have time for questions. Yes, we have 3 questions as of now. So I will just, guys, I will just put the in the chat as well. Just put your questions here so that I can, any questions that you guys have in mind during this call about this particular topic about careers in AI, put your, I am putting in the chat as well. Just it is a simple, just you have to put your question. So I will take that question in order. There are 3 people who have already put their questions, and I will take the questions. I will put it on the YouTube as well. So it becomes easy for me also to track the questions and give a you can say proper answer. Uh-huh. Cool. You guys can access it, right? Let me just on the light. Yeah. Hey Raju, we have 6 people. I have given the link of the questions. If you just try to access this, and you can put in your questions, and then I will take the questions in the end, and then if you have any live questions, we can do that later on, like from the session. Now coming to the, let me just share my screen. So this particular topic today, I have done a lot of webinars, but today I am going to talk about one topic that is little bit the, you can say, close to me also, and there is a lot of confusion in the market about this, right? And the so I'm going to talk a little bit other than the conventional talks that I have been doing, and that's why the many people are asking me how to start my career in AI. So it is so that's why I'm going to first, let me uh, just give me a yes uh, if you can see my screen. Just give me a yes if you can see my screen. This is the screen, artificial intelligence ecosystem. If you can see my screen, just give me a hi. Give me a yes. Okay, thank you. So, introduction. I'm Mohammad Arshad. I have been doing this type of awareness sessions for almost few months about AI and what is AI and how you can build your career and how you can use AI. That's why this particular session is little bit different from the other sessions where I only focus on people who want to become data scientists. But this is little bit more than that. This is for let me just start the recording also. I'm sorry. I will just start the recording. Is it getting recorded? Start. Got to this computer. Okay. I'm recording this session. Okay, this is going to go in my webinar section as well for my website. So now I am going to minimize this. So today I'm going to talk about artificial intelligence, not only in the scope of making a technical career, but also making using it for their analysis and for whatever they are doing. So today, before I move into the topic that is there, I want to share a whiteboard, and I want to let me just okay. What I will do is I will share my whiteboard here. Where is that option of whiteboard? Wait, I will just. Okay, so whenever we talk about AI, people think that it is a very you can say too complicated, right? Whenever we talk about AI, people say just it's not working. Okay, so when we talk about AI, so if you can see my screen, so there are mainly two things about AI that I want to tell you that you need to focus on. AI recently was being used by only big companies and tech companies, and it is a very old thing. And when I talk about this, AI is from 1956. But now what has happened because of the generative AI that is happening, because of the generative AI, thanks to the generative AI from November 2022, very recently, AI has been available to large public. We all know how the usage of ChatGPT, DALI to Mid Journey has rocketed. So now for us as an AI expert, so I have been in the industry for 18 years and I have done lot of model building, and I'm one of the creators of ChatGPT. And right, we have used all the techniques that we have been learning for the last 50 years, and we have built a very big product that now everyone is using. So now what has happened, now the scenario is a little bit changed, and we have to understand there are two scenarios. One is the users of AI, and the second one is the producers of AI. So I am a producer of AI. I am the one in this category where I produce AI. I am the technical data scientist. I build ChatGPT. I build ChatGPT. So that is what we do. We build the product. We build ChatGPT. So this is the producer part, which we will talk about. But today I want to mainly focus about the user part. Users, why? Now every industry is now going to be affected by the AI, specifically the generative AI. And as we all know, marketing, medical professionals, marketers, content writers, academicians, students, everyone has now started using ChatGPT. Even if you're doing any market research, anywhere that you are doing, you are going to use the tools
like ChatGPT, DALI 2, Midjourney, and all these tools you will be using. There are many other tools that are there. There are many other tools. These are the three main highlighted tools are there. But now, because of all these things, users, a normal user like me or anyone that is there, that can go and they can directly talk to uh, chat gpt. They can give a prompt and they can get an output and they can automate lot of things that are there. So this is the thing that we have to understand. And in today's session that I'm going to take, we are going to focus on mainly on the user side. And producer side, I have done lot of sessions as well. I will talk a little bit about the for the producer side as well. But for the user side, we have to focus and understand why. Because we all know that now this is the start of AI. This is the start of the generative AI revolution. And more use cases and more companies are going to shift in this particular direction. So there are a lot of ways, like now any professional that is there, any professional in any industry, he can be a student or he can be working in any industry. Now he has to become a user of AI. He has to become a AI user. He has to and to know about these tools, he needs to have information, correct information about the tools that he is using. So the first tool that we all know is chat gpt, that many people use. So there are, I have taken few sessions about that. Today I will not talk in much details, but you need to know how this tool works. And there are multiple sessions. I have also launched a course about this as well. But you have to be, see, at the end of the day, chat gpt is it what it is. It is based on historical data. It is based on historical data, right? So we should understand that ChatGPT is not using any intelligence. It is using from the historical data. And the root, how ChatGPT works, it works in the basic structure that is there. There are a lot of big names, generative, pre-trained, transformers, but at the end of the day, the most basic way that it works is probability. And I don't want to, that is a technique that it is being used to give you the answers. But you don't need to go to the producer side that I told you. You don't have to understand. You just need to know it, but you don't need to go into the probability formula of how the words are getting picked. But it is everything in is going to be picked through this to the prompt. Let me change the color because it is very, I'll make it black. Black looks little uh, it looks little professional. Yes. No, then you cannot see this. Okay. So now what happens? That's why that's in the sessions that we told, and I'm sure most of you are using Chat GPT. But the prompts that you put, and it is this particular word that I'm saying is also very much hype that is there. I'm going to talk about this as well. Prompt should be very accurate. I was just talking to one scientist recently. If you go for a recipe and you use two words, you can try it yourself. Authenticate, authenticate, and traditional. These are the uh, authenticate and traditional recipes, like any recipe that you want to do. These two are different words, and ChatGPT are going to take it as a different word. So you need to be as precise as this to ChatGPT. You cannot, because prompt that is there, again going back, for prompt, if I want to add, there are two basic users use things about prompt. When we talk about prompt, because this is one of the big buzzwords that are there, and it's one of the biggest growing careers. If you see in Google Trends, Google Trend search, prompt engineering has jumped up, like escalated to exponentially. It has grown, this word keyword, prompt engineering, generative AI, GPT, since the last few months. So prompt engineering also, there are two things that are there, that you need to first understand about the user perspective, how you are using it in a proper way, and then the producers, the how you are making chat gpt, the prompts that we are entering, how chat gpt is interpreting those prompts, which is a different technical topic that producers do, but we will talk more about the user side. You have to be so specific. The more the specific you are in chat gpt, the more you do prompt engineering well, you will be getting better answers that are different from others. People tell me that if everyone is using chat gpt, then how is the competition, how you will compete, because chat gpt is giving everyone the same output. It is not the case. How creative you are in asking for the prompts, that creativity will come when you are getting the output and you're using it in that way. And you need to authenticate and all those ethics and best practices. I don't want to talk much about, but you need to validate the output and you can use it. But the way specific you go, the more better you get, and that is what distinguishes uh, experts, like people who go through the trainings, then just people who are uh, just the lazy enough to even learn about this particular tools. So that is the difference which will make uh, all the users who are educated about this uh, and make them ahead in their career. That's why you need to be very careful. This is an awareness session, so I will not go in much details, but how you're using these tools are very, very much important in the type you do prompts. Now I will talk about, you can go in lot of details in the prompts. And if one takeaway I will give you is you can the output that you're getting from chat gpt or what, you can always uh, talk to it back. You can always tell that this is not what I want, please repurpose it, like if like you are explaining it to a 10-year-old kid. So you can go very, very specific and you can try to play around. Don't, what people do, and I have seen one my some of my employees also are doing, they are being very lazy. Don't make this tool make you lazy. Use these tools creatively. Try to give prompts and try to play around at least 10 times before you take any output from there. Analyze all the 10 outputs and take the best. Spend some time, I'm telling you, that will give you a competitive advantage of compared to just people who are just coming there, typing few words and just taking the first output and pasting it on their social media. Don't do that. If you want to use it professionally, I have taken a lot of webinars about that, but spend some time, understand how it is working. Because why I am telling you this as a data scientist, because at the end of the day, chat gpt is built on historical data, and how you give the prompts, the keywords that you give. I give you example of the difference between authenticate and traditional for a recipe. It will give you a different output. This is one of the small use cases that are there, which I wanted to tell out, but there are multiple like that. And also it works on the concept of probability and the type of keywords. And probability, what does probability do? Does the ranking of a particular the you can say the popularity of the keyword, and that you are putting in. Like one example that I give in my webinars, like if you are searching for what is the favorite Mexican restaurant in Dubai, so there are now in this particular statement there are two keywords. One is Mexican restaurant. So I specified Mexican restaurant. So I cannot give any Arabic restaurant. I need to give a Mexican restaurant. And which location? Dubai. So Mexican restaurant, Dubai, and and what is the comparative keyword here? These are the two main keywords, and the comparative keyword here is best. The comparative keyword is the best. So here I have not mentioned top one, top two. I have not mentioned. I have mentioned best. So best can be anything. So what they will do is they will do all this algorithms. They will rank. Suppose there is and restaurant X1, X2, X3. So X1 has got suppose 95% probability. This is 94 and this is 92. So it will come like this. First X1 will come, X2 will come, X3 will come as the output. Then you will again tell that I don't want, I want top one. So then they will only uh, do this, and maybe you'll give some other filter. So accordingly, it will tweak the keywords, and it will calculate the probabilities again, and it will give you an output. So that's why you need to be very specific. And one more thing that prompt does, and generative AI specifically that is doing, is whatever prompt you're giving, suppose you have started a chat, it is going to save the prompts. So suppose you give prompt 1 and you get an output, and then when you're giving prompt 2, the AI will know that what was your prompt 1, what was the output, everything will be stored, and it will be stored in a conversational thread. So it will be going to throw in, and as you see in chat gpt, whenever, if I can just show you chat gpt, I don't wanted to show this, every, you can see these are the different threads that are there. Okay, so this is a thread that every specific thread, I have to again relog in. Every thread, it is a conversation that is being shown, and it is getting saved accordingly. So you need to be careful about you cannot ask, think that it will take something that you typed yesterday. That is not the case. The thread that you saw, it is only going to take from there. So these are the simple use cases that are there. But I don't want to talk more about this because it will become a chat GPT session, but it is just because why I'm telling you this, as I will repeat, AI was available only to big companies like Amazon or all the product companies before. They used to use all those because they had a lot of data, they had a lot of analysis. But now it is being open to the public. So public, any one of us, any one of you here on the call can just go and start using chat gpt and starting improving whatever you are doing in whatever aspect of your life. If you're building a report, if you're doing any research, if you're doing any assignment, anything, any walk of life, professionally or even personal, like suppose you want to create a weight loss specific to your conditions, you can type in the prompt, it is going to give you a very well lit calendar and with habit tracker and everything that is there. So if for professionally, personally, it is going to make you more productive, and it is going to make you understand AI. Now once you understand AI, this perspective that is there, I want now taking this perspective to you, because many people ask me, is AI for me or not for you? So I have divided into two parts. Everyone is a user. I am both. I am a user as well as a producer. But every one of here are users. And you, if people say, can I ignore ChatGPT? The answer is no. ChatGPT has already started revolutionizing the way we search. And in few years, there will not be any world when now everyone tells Google it. Everyone uses the word Google it. Even now also some people are using the word Google it. But next year, I'm telling you, in 2024, people will say the word chat GPT it. They will not use the word Google it. They will use Bard it. Bard is Google's version of chat GPT, or and Microsoft version is the other one. I forgot the name. For Bing there is something else, and Google there is something else. So they will use that word. But I feel chat GPT word will be used more. They will use the word because that has created the brand initial. They have in the last 7 months, everyone will start using this word, that chat gpt it. If you ask a question to me, like nowadays we tell Google it, but now after next year people will start telling the word chat gpt it, because that is the way search is going to get revolutionized. You will, what is happening when we are doing search right now, we are getting 5 10 10 pages, 10 articles that are there, and from there we are choosing one. ChatGPT is, and we all are seeing that in Bing AI, what is happening is it is going to give you only one particular answer, and it is giving you the reference of that answer. Suppose the reference is coming from few websites, is giving you the name of the websites. So that is how search is going to be there. So you need to, no one can escape this. If you are in the, if you are in the any career, you need to understand these things that are here. Now coming to the definition. Now AI, many people know what is AI. I will just quickly run you through the ecosystem that I have created just for explaining people. If you can see my screen. Yes. So AI is actually the whole gamut. It was started in 1956. Machine learning started in 1997 when machines were publicly available and people could run models. Amazon started using in their book recommendation in early days. Then we have something called deep learning, wherein it is a neural network model that started in 2017. And now our favorite focus of everyone, the dear and lovable generative AI. that has brought AI to the public. All the three that you see, AI, ML, deep learning, they were not, public was not even aware of it. People just wanted, it was a big hype. AI was a big hype, machine learning, but people were not using it. People were not consuming it, so they were not so much interested in it. There was a lot of people who wanted to become the producers, who were studying analytics, who were studying data scientists and getting jobs. That was a separate thing that is there. It is still there. It is still happening. The producer side is still increasing. People want to become experts and produce, create products. That is fine. But the users have started increasing humongously. I will tell you, after ChatGPT, now it is so interesting. Now people are talking to me. Before then, when I told I'm a data scientist, I'm an AI expert, no one used to even have a conversation with me in any meetings or any parties. No one used to even talk to me because they thought it is very technical. But now everyone is interested to know, hey, how does ChatGPT work? It has become so good for me that now the conversation it has become like a conversation starter. Then I start explaining them what is chat gpt, how it works. Then they get interested, then they want to know more. And we are it's a revolution for us. It is a revolution for us to explain these concepts. Now as I told you, the data scientists, the producers were very less. Producers, suppose there were only 2 or 3 million producers in the whole world who were actually doing all this, but the users have become, it is going to touch a 1 billion users. 1 billion users are going to touch for ChatGPT very soon. So you see the potential. So that is the thing that is there now. I don't now regarding the career, and for careers that I'm starting, I just want to focus on the users part, learn how those things that are there. There are a lot of other things that are there, right? About I don't want to talk what is AI. I have done a lot of webinars about all these things. I will just skip this, and I'm going to talk about this particular slide because people here want to understand about the career thing. For the career, I think there are mainly three options initially. Okay, and I have not included prompt engineering because prompt engineering, again we go back to this particular. But overall, in the producer side, now talking about producer side, there are mainly three things that are there in the market. Okay, uh, one is the data engineering, who are responsible to get the data from various sources. Uh, like example for Chat GPT, how the data is getting stored. It is getting stored through web crawlers. Right. It is getting stored through web crawlers. Let me also start using, because I like to use pen, so it is easy. So so here if you want to become the producers and you want to understand how, I'm taking example of ChatGPT because it's more relevant to more people. So the web crawling that happens, the web crawlers that are there, how we can collect data from the different web crawlers, different APIs, and then put it in a database, in a DBMS or JSON file to do analysis. So that becomes the part of the data engineering work. Data analysis is for this is the for people who want to enter the data science area, who want to start experience, who want to get a real job in data science, in AI. I tell them to focus on this data analyst, and the because this is the easy point, entry point. And then we have the data scientists. These are the people who build the large language models on the way I was telling, the probability that is being used to get you the chat gpt outputs. So these are the producer side that are there. But before doing the producers, before becoming and understanding these things, because many people now are interested to become producers, so I am sure most of you are already users of chat gpt. Two things you need to do, two things these sessions, I know, one two takeaways you need to do. You need to become a better user. You need to become a because now you are appreciating AI. I hope you appreciate AI. You need to become a better user. You need to learn these tools, not as uh, a amateur, but as a expert. You need to know how to use these tools, how to, and what is the main skill for all these three things that I'm telling you. And there are multiple more generative AI stuffs, but what is the most important skill to become a better user for and even a producer later on for generative AI specifically. The last part is prompt engineering. You need to learn, experiment, and for prompt engineering, for the being user, what are the skills that are required? Creativity is the word. So humans, as we all are understand, we are more creative than any AI machine. So you need to think about your audience, about your scenario, about everything. Be as specific as possible. Try out at least 10 prompts before you take any output from ChatGPT. That is my one thing that I tell people to do. There is a lot of other debates that I don't want to talk about. Using ChatGPT for children and all those things for learning, it is not a good tool. But leave all that aside. Uh, for being a good user, be more creative, do 10 prompts, do some research what is the best one for your business, for your audience, for whatever it you're doing, what is the best output, and take the best one and play around with it. This is one part. And the second part is do the ratings. There is an option for every chat gpt uh, chat that comes out from the machine, to if it is helpful or not helpful. Why am I telling you this? Because I attended OpenAI conferences wherein they requested us to tell the users, like you guys who are there in the webinar in all the different platforms, YouTube, LinkedIn, uh, in Zoom, that if you give a rating, the output is correct, the OpenAI is going to give it a higher score compared to the one that you give a lower score. Do you give a thumbs down, they will penalize that research, and it is going to help. They have a separate team who deals with that, who you can say rechecks whatever it is. They reconcile the data and they make sure that your rating genuine or not, and then they are using it to make it better product. Because as we know, more and more people are going to use this tool later on, so you can help the tool become better for the next generation. So this is one thing that is very important, and it is going to, because this is going to be there right now. People say there are going to be OpenAI companies that are going to overtake OpenAI, but that is not the case. The large language model that is there, which is trained on I think more than 165 billion parameters, and or the one that is new is much more. It took them a long time to reach this, and now Microsoft has invested in this. You all know that Microsoft has invested and bought OpenAI, so now Microsoft is the lead. Microsoft has this is commercialized, and Microsoft has taken this whole system and it is using it accordingly. OpenAI is still, the language models are getting updated, and Microsoft is building upon this structure. And as we know, Google has also started Bard and all, but it is still behind. They are going to be behind, because as we all know, in these technology companies, it is the people who take the first step. They are the one who are ahead, and I am sure that Google will not be able to beat OpenAI and Microsoft, because of the strong data that they have, the huge among us data that they have, and still every day that we are using ChatGPT, the machines are getting better and better, and that is revolutionizing the way we are interacting with system. So I, I'm telling you, this is going to be there for a long time. So we need to understand and make it better for that other people can also use it, and it helps. And for you also later on, suppose in few years you also want to search something, because of the ratings that everyone has done, you will get a much better search. So those are the things that you need to focus after becoming a good user, understanding how this works. And then if you want to get to become a data scientist, if you want to start your career, then these are the paths that are there, that I showed you: engineering, data analyst, and data scientist. So quickly, for if you're really interested, and this is the path that I have, uh, to, to start becoming a producer of AI. This is the main path that is there, because in any AI project, uh, these are the main steps that are there. Okay, this is the data cleaning part, which is more than, as we all know, more than 70% of the time is data cleaning. Even in the case of chat gpt, OpenAI, uh, the case, getting data from web crawling, making sure that the data is fine, cleaning the data, stemming the data. There is a concept of NLP, which is natural language processing, wherein you do a lot of techniques to make sure that the data is clean. As you can always see in ChatGPT that you are doing, if you do a wrong spelling, if in place of train you put TRAN, train model, so it is, you are putting a wrong spelling, but still it is going to do some algorithm and it is going to assume it is a train. It is going to assume by some checks. So these are the way, these are the part of the NLP. You may always, I'm sure many of you are your users, if you put a wrong spelling, still they, even Google gives you a correct output. It gives you a suggested, it mentions that this is the suggested search that you are giving for with the correct spelling. But ChatGPT goes one step further. It assumes, and with a probability of 80 to 90%, that you have put TRAN, it means train, and it is going to give you the search. So that is the thing that we, this data cleaning part and making sure that you prepare it well, and then training the model and then deploying it. So that's, these are the skills that are required. So data engineering is a very important and hot part that is there. Then we have the other one, the data analyst and the data scientist. So these are the main skills that you need to do. Why? First of all, to get into data science, AI, there are a lot of ways to get into data science, but I suggest in whatever you do, whatever you're playing around with data and all, you need to be very good in these skills that you can see on the screen: Excel, Power BI, SQL, Python, statistics. And after doing all this, building a project, building a good project and putting it in your resume as an internship. And nowadays, if you can do something related to generative AI, small chatbots and all that, which is very, you can say, there is a lot of interest in the market for these type of projects. So you can, if you know these skills that are there, making a chatbot is not that tough, because you can use open AI APIs that are there, and you can do some prompt engineering. You can learn some Python, how the prompts happen, and you can do that. So those are the things that are there. But for any, to enter the market, to enter the stock, to enter a job market, you need to demonstrate that you know all the skills that I'm showing you, because Excel, a dashboard, SQL, Python, and as I told you, ChatGPT is based on probability. So you need to know statistics. That is the major, you can say, oil to this whole industry, uh, statistics and maths. And this is the way. And then you show this as a good project, get ready, uh, talk about this in your resume, in LinkedIn, in any other profile. Show that you know about data science, you know, you understand what is AI, you understand what is generative AI, and you can become a producer of this. And you are also a good user of these tools. You understand the different concepts that are going behind the AI that is there. So this is the best way to get in, start a career. But this is only for, as I told you, don't get overwhelmed by this, because this is the producer part. I showed you the user part. If first you try to, I'm sure most of you are doing that already, become expert users, and now relate, try to learn about the things that are going in the lens. So for that, little bit knowledge of these things, right? The how Python works, how probability works, SQL, how you can visualize the data that is coming in, how Excel, to be honest, I'm using still Excel 60 to 70% of the time. I'm using Excel because all the data analysis, all the templates, all the idea generation, f- everyone may agree here, whoever are in the data feed, is through Excel, because that is the best tool still available. No, nothing can beat Excel, because it gives you a very fair ground to play with your and analyze your output of the data, output of the analysis. So now these are the basic things that are there. Prompt engineering is the second thing. I will take few other sessions, because it is a very new topic. I have created a one course on specifically on ChatGPT user perspective. It is going to launch very soon. But uh, the main thing is, we have to learn these things. We have to learn a little bit about prompt engineering as well, in the user's perspective. Produce, after you know that, then you can also start becoming towards the producer section. But you need to first focus on becoming a good user, expert user, and demonstrate, because all the coding that you will do it with the thought perspective of a expert user. What are the different scenarios that I can type the question, this question that I asked you? Which is the best Mexican restaurant in Dubai? Which is the best restaurant in Dubai serving Mexican dish? Which is the best restaurant in Dubai serving tortillos? So, so many ways I can answer the same question. You understand the way it is happening, right? Creativity is there. So people tell me, will these techniques, will these tools change, reduce jobs? It is not going to reduce human beings. It is going to reduce human beings who don't use these tools. So that's why I'm today, I was a very special webinar where I wanted to bring the concept of users, because people say that, how can I learn? Because to learn all these things that I showed you in the path, you have to dedicate at least 6 months to get an entry level job as a data analyst. And it is a continuous learning journey. For me, 18 years have gone in this industry, and to be still I am struggling to learn about topics that are there. Every day is a learning for me, to be honest, and it is not going to stop until I am there in this field. This is the sad part of this field, but we need to continuously learn in tech. That is the thing that we all have been seeing. Tech is little bit okay, but the data science and AI field is so so changing, that there are a lot of things that are getting built up. Now there is generative AI, prompt engineering, transformer models. But one thing you guys will realize, and I as a I have been seeing the industry, the thing that I'm showing you, these foundations that I'm showing you here in the path that I have created, these are not going to change uh, at all. The things that I'm going to show you, maybe the Power BI tool may change. Before it was Tableau, now it is Power BI. And I know why I have put Power BI in my course, and my path is very much well researched, because Microsoft has, you can say, pumped up so much money in OpenAI and Power BI, and it has made it a very good tool, so that it has overtaken Tableau. And also in the trends, it is coming more in the Google search trends, and also in the job openings. Power BI is now the market leader, and it is going to stay for a long time. So nothing is going to beat Excel. Nothing. Power BI, it may change later on. I'm not sure. SQL is always going to stay. Python is always going to stay. Statistics and maths, as I told you, it is the core. Probability is being used in GPT. Mathematics, statistics, whatever we have learned in, is the foundations. So what I tell people, all the hype is fine. You consume the hype, become whatever it is, but come back to the foundations. Make your foundation strong. If you do this path very well, if you understand data, you understand the underlying data that is going in, you know Python coding, you know how to build logics, you know what is probability, you know what is conditional probability based theorem, how these things work, how you connect all the dots that you can see on the screen, you connect all the dots and you make a project. And you, it's not about only it's a data scientist, and this profession is to be, it is not only about making a good project, it is about explaining that project in English. Because you can be technically very strong, you can build very good models, but if you don't explain it to the public, like I'm talking to you, and I'm very thankful nowadays, at least people are coming to webinars. 1 year back when I did like this webinar, AI in webinar, there were only few people interested. But now, because of the generative AI, chat GPT, hundreds of people are registering for webinars. Why? Because as I told you, it's a now the numbers are exponentially increased for the people who have interest in this field. uh, that is fine. Interest is good. Now I bring them back and make them understand about users perspective, producer perspective. And if you want to become a producer, you need to make your foundation strong. There is no other option. You cannot learn AI, you cannot become a producer of AI by just doing some prompts on chat GPT and using that code and putting it in the notebook. That is not going to make you a expert and not going to make you a producer. You have to go back to foundations. You have to learn these things. You have to build a good project, get into the industry, do the dirty work, do build experience, build some projects, keep learning. So to be honest, people tell me, once I get a job, your learnings will not stop. That is just an entry point. After that, you have to keep learning new things. So this is a base structure that you see. ML models, we cover basic to ML models, linear and logistic, which is to be deep learning models that we talk about. They are based on linear regression. They are advanced version of linear regression where they add weight and biases. So you have to know mainly three types of model: linear, logistic, and one tree, any tree that is there: random forest, decision tree. These are the main, and even segmentation is there for unsupervised. These are the main four things that you have to know, that basic for ML. After that, you have to keep building, and there is no stopping. Every few years a new model comes. So now we have Keras, TensorFlow, GPT, transformer models. Next year you will see some other model has come, but the foundation of the models will be the same. They are building more and more upon that model. So that's why you need to focus on the foundations, and you need to understand these things. That's why these awareness sessions I do, and I'm very thankful that many of you have joined, and at least you are ready to listen. What are the things that are there? A degree from a big college, you spend you can say 20,000, $30,000, and you will get a degree from any college in US or UK. That is not going to give you it's going to give you theoretical knowledge, but it is not going to give you practical knowledge that I'm telling about. There, no one is even talking about even deep learning, generative AI, and all these topics in any of the curriculums right now. They are still talking about few things that are there. So these type of things, awareness sessions from industry experts, the real things that are going behind. I keep talking to a lot of industry experts, lot of scientists, lot of researchers, open AI team, and I'm understanding the perspective about how these things are getting developed. And I do two webinars, one Saturday, same time. Today I pushed half an hour early. I do it at 12 a.m. Dubai time, 1:30 India time, and one I do on Wednesday evening, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. When I talk about various topics about AI, and I am trying to simplify the things. And today, first time I introduced the concept. I was always talking earlier on as a producer. I was always talking as a producer, how to become a producer, but I never talked about how to become a good user, because this is going to change lives. If any one of you in the call, one takeaway from this: become a very good user. You take ChatGPT courses that are there from professionals. I have launched one. You can take any one that are there, but take from a profession which is going to help you understand the workings as well, and how you can become a, because people uh, who don't know how ChatGPT works, and they have started courses on ChatGPT, which is not at all helpful. You should know how it works, then only you can explain others what will work on it. So you try to do that. Try to, these two are for mainly for images, but it is fine. But ChatGPT, as we know, is most used everywhere. These also are not that tough to do. If you know chat to use ChatGPT well, you can also generate prompts for DALI 2. You can generate prompts to create very good images of from in use ChatGPT for DALI 2 and Midjourney. Midjourney is basically a Discord channel which creates, yeah, which helps you create wonderful images using prompts that are there, which is also a way that is very artistic. And now I will go to the questions. I respect your time, everyone who is in the call. Let me just check Zoom. Okay, cool. Let me, okay. Now what I will do is I will see the Slido section about the questions. You guys have you guys put your question here, or you want to ask in live? Let me see the questions here. Okay, if you can see, there are no questions. So I will just take these three questions, then I can take questions from the chat. Anyone else in the call, I think, want to ask any questions? Have anything, can put in the chat. And if you have any comments, we have 8 minutes. I hope this call was little bit enlightening for you about the different things that are there in AI. And now I open the floor to all of you who are in the call to ask any questions. And then I will also take the questions from Slido in the end. So I hope you can hear me, guys. If you can use the chat for any questions that are there. So I don't know, are you guys a part of my community that I've created? I am putting it on the chat. I think most of you will be a part of the community as well. And if there are no questions, I will be taking questions, guys, as you are there live on this call. Ahmed, Babu, Sijo, Jolly, Sangresh, Tolly, you can ask your questions because it is a good opportunity for asking questions. And now let me go to the Slido and get the questions that are there. So Mr. Peter has asked, what is the difference between data science and AI? So Peter, see, as I showed you in this slide, AI is the whole gamut of things, artificial intelligence, complete artificial intelligence that is there. That is that AI. Anything to do with uh, historical data, you are creating some intelligence that is artificial, that is AI. That is, it includes everything. It includes robotics, it includes automated cars, it includes open CV, vision control, everything. But what is data science? Data science is the tools, as you can see here. Data science is what I teach you. My company name also is Decoding Data Science. So data science is what we teach you, the basic skills, the science to use the data. It can be Excel, it can be Power BI, SQL, Python, statistics. You can see basic statistics. Statistics is half, not complete statistics is required. Basic statistics is required in the data science skill to understand and use the data in a proper way for any analysis. So that is one question. Now I see something. I hope Peter, I hope I answered your question, Peter. Uh, okay. Thank you, Ahmed. These encouraging words are very nice. Ahmed, I am very glad I'm talking to a lot of people now, even who are even my parents. My parents never, my dad never understood what I do. For 10 years I was explaining him, but he could not understand. But when he started using chat gpt, when I showed him chat gpt and I told him this is what I have built this, then he started appreciating my work. So I'm very thankful to OpenAI to bring this technology to masses, and I can talk more about it. Siju, how much data science can improve in daily life activities? Siju, very good question. uh, uh, See, as I told you, daily lives. So you need to, Siju, very good question you asked. Uh, See, you need to become a producer. As I told you, you need to become a user of chat. You need to become a user. It is going to improve your life in many ways. You can first use it. Start using ChatGPT to ask them, like, to make a routine for you. This is I am this person. I make a productive routine for you. Weight loss diet, recipes, tracking your expense, tracking your expenditure, doing investment, health wise, so many things that are there. Because you asked your daily lives, it can be anything. Because see, when you say daily lives, it is what it is. One is personal, your health is there, your time management, your activity management, your getting ideas to express yourself. All those things you can use these tools, this AI, to make yourself more productive and reduce your time in manual work. So what happens, what is these tools doing? I had a very interesting conversation with one scientist. See, these tools that are there, if you know, I'm going back a few years. Washing machine, what it did, it helped save a lot of time of individual. I don't want to use a gender here, I don't want to use a gender, but it helped save a lot of time for individuals who used to wash clothes every week for at least few hours, sometimes more, because that was the thing. Washing machines reduce that time. So the manual work that people were doing, it reduced their time and it gave them more time to do creative things. Maybe some used it in a better way. They've used it to become more effective. Some that is there. Similarly, chat gpt and all these tools, what they're going to do is they are going to reduce they're going to reduce the manual work. You don't need to do manual work for any like email typing, content creation, idea generation. You can use these tools and you can use your creativity to make it better. So that is the very good analogy that I can tell you to think about. What has washing machine done 20, 30 years back? A person used to spend so much time in daily course, daily housework and all those things. Now that time is getting saved and he's using it for other things. Maybe so that is one thing that I want to add. So thank you, Ahmed. Thank you, Ahmed, for your positive words. These positive words really motivate me. Sangharsh Patel, I am from accounting. How can I use AI? So you are from accounting. There's also, first of all, how you can use AI, I am not uh, sure, but about accounting professions, why I'm telling you this? Because accounting is a very law-based stuff. So how you can use AI for accounting is not for information, because as I told you, maybe to learn few things, to revise few topics, you can use that. But one thing that for accounting professions that I do that is a little bit other than ChatGPT is how they can learn Excel, how they can learn and automate their work in Excel using macros or some functions, because I'm sure you're be doing a lot of work in Excel, Sangharsh. So you can use ChatGPT to learn Excel and use that skills in to improve your making your cash flows or the balance sheets, to do checks, to format, to create templates, to get additional entries, to know whether this is a debit or a credit. So many things that you can do. I know I'm not a okay, accountant specialist, but you can use it to improve your skills in whatever you're doing and make it more, automate things and make it more productive. So that is one thing that you can do for accounting. That is one thing that is coming in my mind. But try to explore whatever you're trying to do in on your accounting. Try to ask them questions and see whether you're getting a proper answer. Because why because every country has a different accounting professions, because in UAE there is different laws. So you need to be a little specific which country you are using. You need to be specific to ChatGPT to give you a proper output. So let me see if there is any other question. So before I see people are dropping out from this. Many of you in this Zoom call have come from TopMate. One small request, as this is an awareness session that I have started, and if you could give a testimonial, you will be getting a link in the test for in your TopMate for testimonial. And that will be very helpful, because I'm just starting out and reaching out to more and more people. Because you see, everyone in this call, I'm sure you have got some value, some perspective, and you guys will appreciate it who have come to the call. I got more than 85 registrations for Zoom meeting. There are from other platforms people have joined, but only 10 people have come here. So you guys are, I'm thanking you that you have taken in Saturday afternoon to come and listen to me. So one thing you will be, if this session is even little bit help for you about your awareness about the things that are there, just you can give a testimonial, and also you'll get a link in TopMate as well, and become a part of this community wherein I talk about these things. Because see, I'm telling you, AI, data science, people say it is a short-term journey. You spend 6 months, you learn it, and then it is not that. You need to keep learning. That's why I have built this community. You come to the join the community. You will be, there are 280 people right now, like-minded people who discuss these topics. I do challenges. I do a lot of things, because this is a never-ending learning process. Even if you are not in AI, like some people who are here who are not in AI, still you can join in. You can see that you can uh, get an awareness. So the YouTube recording is going to be there on the live stream, and also we have the my every one of you, please, this is my social media platforms that I'm active on all the channels. If you have time, do have a look at it. I put it on the chat as well. And nice talking to you. If there is any further questions, you can use. I could not take questions from Slido. There were two more questions.
I'm sorry, I will just read it quickly. How is your program different? So my program is different because it is internship based. You take the program and you will get the internship of 3 months from my Dubai based company. What are the main skills to land the job in data science? The main skills are, I showed you the path: Power BI, SQL and Python are the two main skills. Others are easy and learnable, but programming skills and statistic skills. These are, so I took all the questions from Slido. I took all the questions from prompt. Anything else anyone wants to add before I end the call? I'll put it on YouTube as well. Anyone wants to add anything before I end the call? Thank you all for joining in. Thank you, Babu, Siju, Jolly, Tolu. I'm pronouncing your name correct, Ahmed. And have a great day. And if there are no more questions, we will call it out the day. And talk to you Wednesday, 7 p.m. You will get notified on the community if you join. I will be talking more about these things because this, to be honest, I have just covered one small piece. There are a lot of other things that are there, but I hope you understood that whatever I tried to tell, and very thankful for everyone joining. And please give a testimonial and a feedback so that more people reach out to this and get benefited from this. Have a great day and take care. Have happy weekend and bye bye.